And we are live. Wagwan, guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing well, keeping good. And yeah, we've got a great weekend of boxing coming up, man. No doubt about it. Chisora versus Usyk has now been signed as well, October 31st. So listen, man, there's plenty to talk about right now in the world of boxing. No doubt about it, man. No doubt. Some good stuff coming up, man. It's the schedule really is starting to come together for like autumn, winter, and that's good to see. We've been starved of world class boxing for quite some time, and now finally we look to be getting some good action. So hopefully all of these fights stay intact. Nobody gets injured, nobody gets COVID or anything like that. Hopefully we see all of these fights. You know some really good ones to look out for, man. This weekend is a banger as far as I'm concerned. It really is a banger. The Charlo card, obviously, Jamel Charlo versus Jason Rosario, unification fight at 154 pounds. Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, WBC middleweight title. We have Yunia Dorticos versus Neris Briadis, excellent cruiserweight fight. Josh Taylor defending his IBF super lightweight title. Great weekend of boxing, man. It's a great weekend of boxing. Something to look forward to, man. No doubt. No doubt. Yo, big up to Big Dan, man. Shout out to Big Dan. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Yeah, the schedule right now is looking pretty decent, mate. It's looking pretty good. Really looking forward to this weekend's boxing. I was supposed to go out this weekend, to be honest, but yeah, I've decided to fuck that off and stay in, watch the boxing, get a takeaway, have a good time, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to the Charlo card. I really am. I don't want to miss that shit. I want to watch that live. I really do. I want to watch it live. It's a great card. It really is, man. And even the cruiserweight fight between Dorticos and Briadis, that's an excellent fight in itself for number one and number two guy in that division. Going at it. What's not to like, man? What's not to like? Yo, big up to Nick Harmer, man. Big up to Nick Harmer. Yeah, for some reason, Big Dan, your comment is not showing on the YouTube. So it shows on my StreamYard, but it's not showing on YouTube for whatever reason. Yeah, but big up to Nick Harmer, Sporting Advantage. Big up, guys, man. Big up. Big Dan, he says, the closer this weekend comes, the more I get excited. Great fights. The Charlo card is going to surpass the Garcia versus Vargas card as my favourite card of the year, in my opinion. Yeah, hopefully it plays out that way. I can't really see Jamel Charlo versus Rosario being a bad fight. I think both guys can come and scrap. I think that's how that fight's going to turn out. Both guys are going to go for it. Jason Rosario knows no other way. I think he'll draw Jamel Charlo into a fight. But quite frankly, I expect Charlo to win. I think he's going to make a statement, actually, against Jason Rosario. I'm looking forward to that one. And Jamal Charlo versus Derevyanchenko, that's a massive test for Jamal Charlo. That's certainly his hardest fight since Julian Williams back in 2016, arguably the hardest fight of his career to date. So Jamal Charlo's got a lot of questions to answer. And on Saturday, we're going to find out a lot about Jamal Charlo. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Really looking forward to it, man. Excellent, excellent weekend of boxing. By the way, lads, if my internet is a bit dodgy, let me know, because the last sort of day or two, my internet has been terrible. Like my router keeps on cutting off. My internet's been slow. So if I sound like laggy or anything, let me know. And maybe we can try and sort something out. But yeah, man, it's one of those things. One of those things, man, isn't it? Yo, big up to Jerome Benjamin, man. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, I don't really envisage this one being all that long, to be honest. Just got a bit of time to kill. I finished up quite early today, so yeah, man, I thought I'd fire up a quick live stream. Why not? Why not? Kell Brook versus Terence Crawford is close to getting finalised for November 14th. Yeah, I've heard that news as well, Big Dan. Ultimately, is it a fight that anybody's really called for? No. But, Terence Crawford right now, he's kind of struggling for opponents. So, in that sense, is it the worst fight? Probably not. I'll definitely watch it. If Kell Brook can make weight effectively and healthily, I think he might have a few moments in there against Terence Crawford. I really do. But ultimately, Terence Crawford, he is younger, he's fresher, he's got a lot more momentum. So I expect Terence to win that fight regardless. But it's okay. It's okay. It's certainly better than the Amir Khan fight that Crawford had, in my opinion. Certainly better than that fight. But again, yeah, guys, if my internet is dodgy, yeah, just tell me. Exactly, Big Dan. Yeah, it's not the fight we want, but it's decent enough. Yeah, I agree. That's how I kind of see it, to be honest with you. That's how I see it. I'm just kind of eager to see Terence Crawford fight again after that Kavalauskas fight, because in that fight, Crawford had a few problems. Sorry, he got caught with some shots here and there. Kavalauskas had some success, and he's not fought since then, Crawford. So I want to see him fight again. That last fight was quite fun. Pretty good fight. It's a pretty good fight. Jesus Christ, what did I do there? But yeah, Crawford versus Brook, that's okay. It's not too bad. Obviously, Usyk versus Chisora finalised. That's been confirmed today, October 31st. I mean, this is how I see that fight. I think it's a great test for Usyk at heavyweight. I think that fight is going to tell us a lot about Usyk in the division. So from that point of view, I do like it. However, should Chisora really be on pay-per-view headlining? That's another question right now, to be honest. But yeah, the fight itself, is decent. I'm pleased to see Usyk back in the ring. It's been quite some time. I think it was last November? Usyk last fought. So it's been a long time. And Derek's going to give him rounds. Derek's a tough, strong, big physical guy. He's durable. He's experienced. So yeah, I think he's going to give Usyk some work. And Usyk needs that right now in the heavyweight division. He needs a good run out, against a decent guy. And I think this fight provides that. We're going to see where exactly Usyk is right now in the heavyweight division. Big up to LAC 74, man. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm sure you was pleased this weekend against Southampton. But yeah, man, hopefully you're doing well. He says he's got 100 on Sergey Derevyanchenko to beat Charlo. What do you think? Do you know what, LAC 74? I certainly think it's possible. My only problem is the fact that it's a PBC card. Jamal Charlo is the house fighter. He's the guy they want to win. So Derevyanchenko getting a decision victory, in my opinion, is kind of unlikely. Even if we think he wins like 7 rounds to 5, they're going to score it to Charlo. So Derevyanchenko either needs to knock this guy out or win super decisively on the cards, in my opinion. So I certainly see it as a possibility in a fair world. But this is boxing, man. I don't know. My prediction on that fight is Jamal Charlo wins by a controversial decision. That's my prediction. Big up to John Wayne in the chat as well. Big up to John Wayne. No problem, man. Yeah, exactly, John Wayne. Smash the like. Big up to John Wayne. Jerome Benjamin, he says, in all honesty, I can't see Brook doing anything in that fight, especially at 147. I'd rather see Brook back cleaning up the domestic scene before he bows out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Kell Brook fight Liam Smith. I think that'd have been a decent fight. But Kell Brook right now, the guy's 34 years old. He's been hanging around a little while now. You may as well just fight Crawford, see what you can do. If you can pick up a surprise win, then his career really is back in full force. But Kell Brook now these days has probably earned too much money. He's done too much to really go back down to domestic levels. So I can see why he's taken the Crawford fight. I don't expect him to win, but at this stage, it's a risk worth taking. It's a risk worth taking, man. Buzzy Git, big up to Buzzy Git. He says Usyk points late TKO or Chisora by knockout. Yeah, I've got Usyk on points, mate. That's my initial thoughts on that fight. Usyk on points. Just going to be a bit too busy. Foot movement's going to be a bit too much. And I expect him to kind of outbox, outpoint Chisora. Chisora might have a few moments here and there when he's roughing up Usyk, if he gets Usyk stationary against the ropes. But apart from that, I'm not really expecting Chisora to, have all that much success here. You know what I mean? Oh, that's Gloved Up Boxing. He says, Eddie said that Selby versus Kambosos on the Usyk versus Chisora undercard. Okay, that's a decent enough fight. Gloved Up Boxing. That's a decent enough fight. That's an IBF lightweight eliminator. In my opinion, Lee Selby doesn't really belong at lightweight. I ain't gonna lie. I think Kambosos might beat him. Not that I think Kambosos is anything special, but he's a strong physical guy. He's aggressive. I think he might overwhelm Lee Selby at lightweight. That's a decent fight. Copend09, are you going to buy the Charlo card on Fight TV or are you going to stream it? Do you know what, Copend09? I think I'll buy it, to be honest. I like the card. It's reasonably priced. I think it's like $14.99, something like that. I think I might buy it, Copend. I'm not too upset about that. I've got to be honest. It's a good card. Good card in my opinion. LAC 74, you're all good, man. That's good, man. That's good. Big Dan, I can just tell Matchroom are going to take the piss with the pay-per-views. Usyk versus Chisora on the 31st. Crawford versus Brook on the 14th, probably. White versus Povetkin 21st. Yeah, piss take, really, yeah. And obviously Joshua maybe in December. So, yeah, there could be a lot of pay-per-views on Sky. There could be a lot of pay-per-views, to be honest. Could be 3 or 4. So there we are. There we are. But there we go, man. What can we say? What can we say? Oh, you're going with a draw, Jonathan Morrison. Are you talking about the Charlo Derevyanchenko fight? I could see that being a possibility. Yeah, I could see that being a possibility, Jonathan. Like if Derevyanchenko wins and maybe they rescue Charlo with a draw, something like that. Yeah, I could see that. They did it with Wilder after all. So yeah, I don't think that's unrealistic. Might be worth a cheeky tenner, a cheeky bet. Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about, Lack, is the scorecards. If I was betting on that fight, man, I'd be worried about that. I really would. Big up to Boxing Brains in the chat. Big up to Boxing Brains. What do you think of the Martinez versus Kovula fight? It's terrible, Zaro. Kovula, whatever his name is, he fought Conor Benn and got knocked out in 2 rounds. And that's who Sergio Martinez is fighting next. Even a 45-year-old Sergio should smash that guy up, in all honesty. Okay, Jonathan, you've done all the maths and it's going to be a draw. Interesting. It's like I said, man. It's worth it's like worth a £10 bet, $10 bet. It's gonna give you really good odds. I would say maybe 20 to 1, 25 to 1, something like that. Worth a bet, man. It's worth a bet. Yo, big up to G-Man. Big up to G-Man. Check out G-Man's channel, by the way. Really good content. Really knows his stuff, man. Regular uploads. Just a really, really good content creator, in my opinion. Check out the G-Man Boxing. But nice of you to drop by, mate. Nice of you to drop by. Yeah, I think Smith versus Brook would do okay. I think it's a decent fight as well, Jerome. I think it's a decent fight. I don't mind that fight at all. Liam Smith right now seems to be going nowhere. Liam Smith right now seems to be going absolutely nowhere, unfortunately. I wouldn't mind seeing Liam Smith fight Sergio Garcia for the European title. That'd be a decent fight. That'd be a pretty good fight. Yeah, exactly, man. Big up to G-Man Boxing, King of Ripped Jeans. Yes, sir. Big up to G-Man. Big up to G-Man. Really like G-Man's content. I really do. I forgot when I found G-Man. I don't know whether it's through Mark Unrivaled. I'm not sure how I found G-Man, but I really like his content. I always check in, even if I don't always comment. I always kind of check in. Really good stuff, man. G-Man, Dell, do you think Matchroom do too many pay-per-views? One will flop because people haven't got the money since lockdown. That's the thing, G-Man. I mean, I heard a report today, admittedly, it was from the World Boxing News, but apparently White versus Povetkin really didn't do all that well. And that doesn't surprise me, to be honest. You know, lockdown, people have lost jobs, people are being a lot more conservative with their money. You know, it's not the environment right now where people are going to spend 20 quid willy-nilly. I won't, personally. I mean, I've tightened my belt majorly since lockdown, and my job is safe right now. But even me, yeah, I'm being rather careful with my finances because you never know what's around the corner. I'm being extremely careful right now. So a lot of people are feeling the exact same way. So free pay-per-views in pretty close proximity, I don't know, man. A couple might struggle, to be honest. They may all struggle in a certain sense. You know, I don't think Chisora Usek is going to do all that many buys. G-Man, something tells me I don't think he's going to do all that many buys. I'm not sure I'm going to buy that fight, to be honest. I'm not sure. Is it really worth it? I mean, ultimately, the selling point of that fight is that it's a test for Usyk at heavyweight. That's the selling point. The selling point is not that it's 50-50 or like some super like crazy world title fight. That's not the selling point. The selling point to a real boxing fan or a hardcore fight fan is that it's a test for Usyk at heavyweight. That's it. So I probably won't buy it, mate, to be honest. I'm big up to G-Man for the super chat as well, man. Much appreciated, man. You always drop by, man. I need to start returning the favor. I really do. But big up to G-Man. Yeah, man. I watch a lot of to be honest, actually, I don't really watch a lot of content creators right now. I watch maybe 6 or 7 religiously, I would say. And even then, I miss out on people's videos just because of life and whatnot. But I always try and check out 6, 7, 8 channels regularly, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? There's 6, 7, 8 channels that I really enjoy, and I'll always go to their content. Like, and you're one of them, man. You're definitely one of them. So big up to G-Man Boxing. King of ripped jeans, as Coppin says. Gloves up boxing. He says he don't think Crawford versus Brook is going to be on Sky. I heard a rumor that it could be on BT. I heard that rumor going around that Crawford Brook could be on BT. I've heard that as well. Yeah, exactly, Jerome. Big up to Jerome. Smash the like button. Facts, as they say. Facts. Big up to Levi Khan. Man like Levi Khan. Big up to man like Levi. Helenius is a top 20 heavyweight right now. Yeah, he probably is, actually, after beating Kalnacki. I heard they're talking about a rematch between those two. I wouldn't mind seeing it. First fight was pretty fun for what it was. Yeah, why not, I guess. I kind of want to see that fight again. Pretty fun. So, yeah, man, why not? Why not? Yeah, that's a really good fight, Mr. Relax. Jazza Dickens versus Ryan Walsh. That's a really good fight. I actually think Ryan Walsh is going to win that fight. I've always felt Ryan Walsh is one of those guys who is too good for domestic level, but he's never really proved anything above it, kind of thing. But I think he's a good fighter, Ryan Walsh. I think Jazza's a pretty good fighter as well, actually, but I'm going to go with Ryan Walsh in that one. Coppin09, how long until Fatboy Billy Joe Saunders announces he's returned to Adam Booth? Booth is the next trainer in rotation. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Mark Tibbs, I like Mark Tibbs. He done some good work with Dillian. He speaks well. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's been around boxing his whole life. He's got the ingredients there, but you know the buck really stops with Billy Joe. Billy Joe needs to get his head right. He's had a multiple amount of trainers at this point, and he's not changed. It's down to Billy Joe Saunders to really change right now. You could resurrect Angelo Dundee, and if Billy Joe's acting like Billy Joe, he's not going to get anything out of him. It's just that simple. Billy Joe, at this point, really needs to take responsibility. He's 30, 31 years old. It's now or never. You know, it's now or never. I'm sick of hearing about Billy Joe having talent, having potential. You've got to show it now because you're running out of time. And I've got a feeling that Billy Joe's going to go down as one of these fighters who's just wasted potential. That's how I feel about Billy Joe. And it's a shame to say that because he is a good fighter. But yeah, I mean, what can we say? What can we say? I can't keep on giving people benefits of the doubt that they're going to improve mentally and take things seriously. You know, you can only do that for so long, and after a while, you kind of lose patience and lose faith in them. That's how I feel about Billy Joe, unfortunately. But there we go. Yeah, MB, yeah, MB, yeah. Yeah, Saunders has, Billy Joe's gone to Mark Tibbs. I think it's a good move on paper, but like I said, it's down to Billy Joe at this point. It doesn't matter who's training him. It doesn't matter. Yes, big up to Pigeon Mike Tyson. Yo, Pigeon, by the way, Pigeon. I was listening to Boxing Asylum the other week. I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago, and you made a little appearance. And mate, you know a lot more than you let on. You know a lot more than you let on. You really do, mate. You went on there calling yourself a casual, and you was fucking coming out with all sorts, man. Yeah, you know a lot more than you let on, Pigeon. But big up to Pigeon, man. Big up. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hopefully you're keeping well. Hopefully you make a killing in the casino. How much is 5 with the euro sign worth in real dollars in the USA? To be honest, Levi, I'm not sure. You'd think I would know because I work in like finance and shit and deal with euros, dollars, pounds. You'd think I'd know, right? But I don't. Okay. Apparently, IFL had to delete a video yesterday about Billy Joe Saunders going back to Tibbs. Make of that what you will. Not sure if Bent Legs put it back up. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Levi Khan, best heavyweight southpaw, Usyk or Ortiz or Martin, laugh out loud. I would say Usyk personally, but if we're talking about like who's ranked the highest right now, you've got to go with Ortiz in terms of like who's ranked highest. But in terms of who I think's the best, I would say Usyk. I would definitely say Usyk. Jonathan Morrison, Joe Biden gets COVID before the debate. I ain't going to say that, but yeah, potentially. That guy is clearly off his rocker. He is absolutely nuts. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Levi Khan's got Dorticos by knockout. Do you know what, Levi? I certainly think it's possible. Briedis at times, he's hot and cold. We saw that in the Givor fight, the Mike Perez fight. Briedis didn't look all that good. Kind of one-paced, kind of pedestrian. If Briedis shows up like that and Dorticos really puts it on him, Dorticos could actually maybe get him out of there. He really could. But if Briedis is on form at his best, I think he's a level above. I really do. I think Briedis is a master counterpuncher. He's got a beautiful uppercut, beautiful overhand right. He sets traps extremely well. He's got devastating punching power. Briedis, when he's on form, is exceptionally good in my opinion. He's just hot and cold. He's one of those fighters. Yeah, me too, Pigeon. I'm sick of the COVID talk, and it's being ramped up again now, as we all expected, as we all predicted. Winter's coming. This was straight out of a playbook, innit? Do you know what I mean? Christ. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. I can't be bothered to talk about it, man. It's just depressing me. Okay, Uncle Bob said a few weeks ago that Kell Brook is now a free agent. That's interesting. So yeah, it could be on BT Sports then. If Brook fights Crawford, yeah, that could be on BT. Could be on BT. Good fight, G-Man. Now that's a good fight. Helenius versus Ajagba. It's a very good fight. Do you know what? Based on how Ajagba's been looking recently, I think you'd have to favour Ajagba. Now, Helenius doesn't have the best chin. He doesn't have the best stamina. So Ajagba can definitely win, even now. But how Ajagba's been looking recently, I think you've got to go with the form books and go with Helenius. But I'm not one of these people who are completely ruling out Ajagba. The guy does have some good raw attributes. He's a big dude. He's got good reach, respectable power. His stamina's not bad, actually. If you watch the Ali Aaron Demirezen fight, he was throwing a lot of punches in that fight, and he went the distance, went 10 rounds with Demirezen, and wasn't really gassing, and he was throwing a lot of punches. So, listen, Ajagba does have some good attributes. He just needs to really, try and build on that, become a bit less predictable, improve the defense, show a bit more variety. But Ajagba's okay. He's not as bad as some people make out, in my opinion. He's an okay prospect. Some people just went over the top when he first turned pro. I think that's the problem. Yeah, Billy Joe is definitely a weird man master. He definitely is. He definitely is. Sporting Advantage, he says the Nordic Nightmare stops FA. He definitely could. He definitely could. I'd like to see that fight, though, Sporting Advantage. I would love to see that fight. I'll tell you what, if G-Man was making fights, G-Man, that's a very good fight. I'd definitely watch it. I'd definitely watch it. Pigeon and Danilo are going back and forth. By the way, Ajagba, Mr. Relax, Ngannou, he actually retired after the Rosansky knockout loss. Well, that's the last I heard. Unless he's come back, the last I heard was that Ngannou retired. Unfortunately, he is very open, Buzzy Git. Ajagba is very open. Again, he's one of those fighters where if you can trade with him, you're going to land shots. We saw that with Iago Kaladze. Kaladze kind of traded with Ajagba, and he caught him and dropped him. Ajagba's chin's in the air. He throws slow punches. He's open. He really is open. Bent legs from IFL Levi is Kugan Cassius. Kugan Cassius. Oh, Coppin09. I was going to make a video, but I was too disgusted. I mean, I think his new opponent, I don't know the guy's name, but I saw him on BoxRec. On BoxRec, he's ranked like 642 in the world, something crazy like that. That's absolutely disgraceful from Filip Hrgović. Absolutely disgraceful. That guy makes Andre Parler look like fucking Mike Tyson. Embarrassing. And I like Filip Hrgović as well, but I'm not going to sit here and sell you something that's not there. It's absolute shit. It really is. It's absolute shit. Yeah, Parler's pulled out, MB. Parler's pulled out. Not sure why, but he's pulled out. Yeah, bent legs is Kugan. Unrivaled. I might actually have a chat with you in the next few days about collaboration streams. I need to sort something out. I want to make I want to come up with some sort of format, to be honest with you, where I'll talk to you, I would say, in the next couple of days, just on the phone. But yeah, I'll keep this one solo, mate. But yeah, I do mean to actually change things up and actually start doing more, streams with people. Put it that way. But yeah, I want to make. I kind of want some. What's the word I'm looking for? Looking for like structure, I guess. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, but yeah, in the next few streams, I'll start doing it. I need to come up with some sort of concepts, though. Yeah, when is Hrgović actually going to have a meaningful fight? Yeah, exactly, man. I keep on hearing that this guy's the next best fucking heavyweight champion, but at some point you've got to step up. The guy was an Olympic silver medalist. He had an extensive amateur background. The guy should be moving a lot quicker than he is. It has to be said. I mean, like I said, his next opponent is shocking. He's also going to fight in November in America. Now, the opponent that I've heard for November is Rydell Booker, who fought Kubrat Pulev last year. I mean, come on. Are you serious? Rydell Booker? Fuck me. I mean, whatever. Whatever, man. Fuck that shit. Neither have I, MB, and I follow the heavyweight division religiously. I've never heard of that dude. Never heard of him. Do you know what? I heard this. I'm not sure. Let me have a look on BoxRec. I heard his next opponent got knocked out by Ricardo Schneiders. Let's have a look if this is true. Let's go on BoxRec. I'm going to be a BoxRec warrior here. An absolute muppet. I'm a casual going on BoxRec. What's wrong with me, man? Being a fucking casual. So his opponent is a guy called Alexandre Kartzozia. He's Greek. He's 39 years old. He's 8-1-1. And yeah, Ricardo Schneiders knocked this guy out in 8 rounds. Embarrassing. Filip Hrgović, you're an embarrassment right now. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Big up to John Gonzalez, man. Big up to John Gonzalez. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you are keeping well. Yeah, Pigeon. I do as well, Pigeon. I've been high on Briedis for quite some time now. I think he's an excellent boxer when he's in the mood, kind of thing. Beautiful counter puncher, sets traps extremely well. Good power. He's pretty tough. You know, he's a really good fighter, man. Lovely feet as well. Lovely feet. His knockout against Manuel Charr, one of my favourite knockouts. That's one of the best knockouts you'll see. On the back foot, he draws Charr in and throws an uppercut on the back foot and still knocks out Manuel Charr. That was a beautiful knockout. I've only sparred, yeah. I've not had any competitive fights. I've only sparred. But to throw an uppercut on the back foot and knock your opponent out is exceptionally difficult. Exceptionally difficult. That goes to show how good Briedis is. That goes to show what sort of quality he's got. Excellent fighter. Jazz, man. He's coming in here talking shit about Briedis, man. He says Dorticos is going to beat the shit out of Briedis. To be honest, Jazz, if Briedis isn't on form and he fights like he did against Noel Gevor, it's possible. It's possible. But if Briedis is on form, I think he wins that fight. I really do. Oh, Unrivaled, man. I'm sick to death of it, bro. I am sick to death of it. Sick to death of it. Okay, MB confirmed it. Yeah, I had a look, mate. I had a look, man. Disgraceful. That's promoter's excuse not to make the big fight. Yeah, man. No doubt. No doubt. L-Dog needs to talk to his Croatian brethren. Yeah, because that's not good enough. Simple as that. Not good enough. I mean, come on, Hrgović. Whatever, man. Come on, man. Fucking useless. I remember that guy, Gregory Tony, the French guy. Yeah, I remember him. He fought Richard Towers back in the day. Yeah, I remember that guy. Unrivaled's got Dorticos by KO, Jamal by UD, Jamal by KO. I agree with Jamal by KO. I agree with Jamal by UD, though I think it's going to be controversial. And I've got Briedis on points. But I think Briedis could knock him out. Now I know Unrivaled is trolling me right now. Mind you, he might be serious. He might be serious. I don't know. I don't know with Unrivaled sometimes, man. He might be serious. A big up to Unrivaled, man. I ain't spoke to you for a while, you know. So yeah, I'll get in touch in the next couple of days. I agree with that as well. Adesanya by 4th round knockout. 4th round knockout. Adesanya, I agree. I think Costa is going to be dangerous early on in the first couple of rounds when he's fresh, when he's strong. But the guy is so muscle-bound. I think he's going to gas himself out after a few rounds, after like 2 rounds. And yeah, I'd say maybe 4th round knockout. I agree. Ngannou is fighting in MMA now. Okay. Interesting. I'll give it a watch. Unrivaled would have never brought up the UFC. He watches it occasionally, I think. Occasionally. Kind of like me. I watch it now and again. I do enjoy it a lot more now, though, than I did before lockdown, I've got to say. Oh, it's really Mark. I can tell. I can tell by how he structures his sentences. Yeah, he got mashed up against Lucas Rosansky. Yeah, apparently Lucas Rozansky's going to fight Arthur Spilka next. That's okay. Decent fight in Poland. I'll give it a watch. Shit. Nah, big up to the Brummies, man. I know a few people from Birmingham. Yeah, I got love for the Brummies, man. Yeah, I remember some fucking girl from Birmingham, yeah, called Cody. She was fucking crazy, bruv. Honestly, are you fucking mad? She was crazy. She had a banging body, though, and her accent was fucking thick. But yeah, she was nice, you know. She was like the ultimate. She was like a bit of a butterface. So her face weren't that great, but her body was fucking insane. I kid you not. And yeah, she was nuts. She was nuts, man. No, I mean, enough of my personal life. I do actually want to do something one day. Yeah, well, I do like non-boxing videos, just like tell some fucking stories from life, some of the crazy shit from back in the day in Luton and whatnot. It's got some really good stories, yeah. But the problem is in the UK, there's no what's it called in America? Statute of limitation. We don't have that in the UK, so yeah, I'm kind of a bit scared, I guess, to put shit out there, but there's ways to get around it, I'm sure. BoxRec Gladiator, yes sir, man. Sometimes, man, we've all got to fall back on BoxRec. Pigeon is 50 years old. To be fair, Pigeon, you don't look too bad for 50, mate. You don't look too bad. You see a lot worse, mate, flying about in public, man. A lot of people are fucked at 50. Like, they're basically done. So you ain't done too bad, mate. You ain't done too bad. Have you seen Eric Penn? Who the fuck is that? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Oh shit, where was I anyway? Probably lost in the chat already, you know. I think I'm lost. Yeah, Manuel Char, yeah, he got starched by Briadis, yeah. Yeah, he got knocked clean out, mate. Char knocked him out with an uppercut, and Char, Briadis knocked out Char with an uppercut, yeah. And it was on the back foot as well. Really, really good shot. That's one of the best knockouts you'll ever see technically, and just from pure like skill set wise, one of the best knockouts you'll ever see. Just a beautiful shot, man. I can't explain how hard that is to do. Throwing an uppercut while moving backwards and then having enough power to knock your man out. That is insane. Lorry driver does fitness. Big up, bro. Big up. He says, hey, bro, how can I ask why you don't enjoy the other lads like Unrivaled coming on and chatting anymore? You prefer it solo. Either way, great content. Keep up the grind. It's not that, mate. I just noticed how this community was changing in terms of like just like drama and shit like that. And I thought to myself, before we start going back into having people on, I want to come up with like a structured way to set it up and sort of host proceedings kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I just want something more structured. I want to try and keep it boxing. Obviously, there's going to be time for banter. There's going to be time for laughs. But yeah, I want to keep the shit boxing. I know that's a fake H Money, but big up to the troll channel or fake channel. And if it is the real H Money, shout out to your hairline. That shit's receding faster than Usain Bolt is running. Yeah, big up the Pigeon, man. Shit, man. He's using his moisturizer daily. Looking 29 at 50, bruv. Big up the Pigeon. Big up. Good evening to AA. Good evening. Pligsy P. Levi Khan, he says, Dorticos is going to punch lumps out of Briadis. Dorticos is from Guantanamo, Cuba, had literally nothing but the clothes on his back. big difference than life in Latvia. Yeah, Latvia is kind of grimy, mate. I ain't gonna lie. Latvia is kind of grimy, but yeah. But at the end of the day, skills pay the bills. I think Briadis is the more skilled technician. It's just whether his mind is right. If it's right, I think he wins, man. I really do. It's a good fight, though. It's a very good fight. It's a very good fight. But yeah, Pligsy, man, I'm very good. I'm very good. We're halfway through the week, man. A couple of days left. Do you know what? This weekend, I think I'm gonna break my I've been going like fucking straight edge for a little while, and I think this weekend, because it's boxing, I'm gonna get a few beers in, and I'm gonna fucking have a good time. Might get a little bit of weed as well. A little bit of weed. Oh shit. What am I fucking like? Oh, was that a fake you unrivaled? See, I can't even tell. In StreamYard, it's really hard to tell, bro. It's extremely hard to tell in StreamYard. It's hard, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, though, it's hard to tell in regular YouTube as well, because back in the day, when you live stream, you could actually click on the commenter's channel, and it would take you to their channel. You can't do that now, so it's literally impossible now to see who's fake, who's not, which is a pain in the ass. But big up to Unrivaled. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's frustrating when you're talking to somebody and it ends up being a fake. It's frustrating. What can we do, though? What can we do? Yo, Buzzy Git, I've actually made a preview / prediction for that fight. I like the fight, Yoka versus Duhaupas. I think for this point in Yoka's career, it's a good fight. Duhaupas, former title challenger, he's fought Wilder, he's fought Povetkin, Manuel Charr, Jarrell Miller. He's fought some good guys. He's experienced. He's big. He's tough. It's a good step-up fight for Tony Yoka. I think Tony Yoka will do very well to get a knockout. If he does knock him out, I think it's going to be late on. But yeah, I expect Duhaupas to give him some rounds, to be honest. Thoughts on Jaime Munguia versus Toriano Johnson? To be honest, Copen09, now Jaime Munguia doesn't have a belt, I don't mind the fight. The thing is with Jaime Munguia, he won that belt far too early before he was ready, and he was still developing while he had a title. I hate that. And at that time, I was really critical of Munguia. But he's no longer a champion now, so my standards for him have dropped. And for this stage of his career at middleweight, I don't mind a Toriano Johnson fight. I think it's going to be relatively fun. Johnson is pretty experienced. Yeah, man, it's a decent fight. It's a decent fight. I'll watch it. It's a decent fight. Yeah, I've got no problem with it. No problem. Boxing Brains, I think Bolotniks is the best bet because Burton always gets tagged really easily. Buglioni could punch a little bit, but Chudinov walked through him at 168. That is true. Yeah, Burton's defense isn't the greatest. He kind of flags late on. Yeah, Bolotniks could definitely knock him out. If he does knock him out, I think it's going to be late on though. But it is worth a bet, Boxing Brains. It's worth a bet. Definitely worth a bet. Yo, good evening, official scorecard boxing science, man. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Mike Skinner is the best Brummy. Mike Skinner's okay, man. Mike Skinner's okay. I don't mind Mike Skinner. I was thinking of Mike Skinner or somebody else. Yeah, Mike Skinner's fucking sick. Will Stokes, thoughts on a potential fight between Dave Allen and Zhilei Zhang? I think Zhilei Zhang would outpoint him, to be honest. But it's all right, I guess. I think it could be a bit dull, in all honesty. It's all right, though. Yeah, Peter Mike Tyson, he still boxes and boosts. Why not, bro? Why not? Jonathan, you work in finance too, man. That's good. That's good. Yeah, at least right now, like my line of work is pretty safe with what's going on, so I can't complain. But yeah, he says, "Dad, I work in finance too. I had to go to London. Holy, the woman a dimed. Yeah, they're not too bad, man. You get an eclectic mix in London as well, which is quite nice. Which is quite nice, man. A lot of American chicks in London as well, you know. Loads of American chicks, especially in summer. Obviously tourists, but yeah, there's all sorts in London, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly, Pigeon. It's not even about like we can all have our disagreements and shit. We can have a laugh, have a bit of banter back and forth. But you know, it's for people who take it like to that next level and shit. You know, saying they're gonna do this, saying they're gonna do that. Do you know what, Pigeon? Yeah, I'm still relatively young. I'm 26, yeah. But every single time somebody's threatened me online or in real life, nothing has ever happened. If somebody wants to do you in, they're going to do you in. They're not going to tell you about it. Do you know what I mean? There's too many people on here just like fucking talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And trying to come across a certain way doesn't really impress anybody who's been about a bit. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And we've all made that mistake, man. I'm not going to sit here and say I've not made that mistake. We all have, but I'm trying to fucking it's not just about I want to improve myself as well. I'm trying to abide by my own standards, kind of thing. I want to try and be better. I'm trying to rise above this shit, to be honest. Big up to John, man. Sorry, I clicked the wrong comment. Big up to John. Yeah, big up to John, of course. Everyone's favourite serial killer. Big up to John, man. But hopefully you're doing well, mate. Not heard you on BDA for a while, John. So hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're keeping well, bro. Yeah, super flyweight tournament for the World Boxing Super Series. Estrada, Gonzalez, Ancajas, Ioka. Yeah, that'd be sick, man. Tanaka, yeah, that'd be sick. Callie Sauerland was saying that those sort of divisions are being considered for season 3. I think he said flyweight and super flyweight. So, yeah, man. And by the way, I was watching Callie Sauerland's latest interview with Coogan, and he looked fucking wired, bruv. He looked wired. He was gurning and all sorts, man. He looked like his fucking soul was going to leave his body, bruv. He was absolutely out of it. It's fucking amazing, man. Anybody watching the midget fight now, man, I'm going to give it a miss. I'm going to give it a miss. Dorticos by knockout. Okay. No, I believe you. I believe you. What am I talking about? I've seen your fucking prediction. See, that's what I'm saying. I swear I'm fucking going fucking insane, bruv. I've seen your prediction. I'm fucking going nuts, bruv. I'm going nuts. Mr. Relax, I want to see Anthony Sims Jr. fight some of our Brit. Is he still with Eddie? As far as I know, yeah. As far as I know, Mr. Relax, Anthony Sims is still with Eddie Hearn. Why not chuck him in there with Rocky Fielding? Rocky from Stocky, as they call him. The human launcher, Rocky Fielding, or Rocky Folding. Yeah, I'll make that fight. Oh, Johnny's got fucking Derevyanchenko by knockout. Do you know what, Johnny? The way I see that happening, if it does happen, it's going to be by accumulation. Derevyanchenko's going to work that body, wear Charlo down, and basically stop a tired Charlo late on. That's how I see that happening. I don't think Derevyanchenko is going to go in there and bang him out of one shot. But yeah, if he does knock out Charlo, it's going to be by accumulation, I would say. Pure accumulation. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility. Yeah, big up to Box, man. Big up to Box. Damn, Jonathan Morrison, he's putting 10 grand on Charlo versus Chenko draw. Do you know what? It's one of those fights where it's conceivable. It really is. It's definitely it's conceivable. Yo, big up to Champ Ross. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. See, Big Dan is sniffing him out, man. He look at him. Big Dan knows what he's on about. Sporting Advantage. Intangible had a good point earlier on Mark's channel. Dorticos versus Briedis 2, the second best fight this weekend. Oh, yeah. No, you can certainly make that case. You could make a case that it's the best fight of the weekend. If somebody said to me, Del, Briedis Dorticos is the best fight this weekend, I wouldn't call them crazy. I really wouldn't. It's a great fight. That's an excellent fight. Number 1 versus number 2 in the division. Brilliant fight. Yeah, man, I wouldn't call him crazy. Intangible knows his stuff though. Intangible is a guy, yeah. He always says, "Oh, I've been watching boxing 2 years. I've blah blah blah." The guy talks like he's been watching boxing a lot fucking longer. If he's learned all this in 2 years, then in 10 years, man, that guy's gonna know a hell of a lot, bro. He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. It's good shit, man. Good shit from him. Yo, big up to Jazz man with the super chat. Yo, Jazz man, you've been supporting hard, man. So big up to you, bro. Big up to you, bro. Thank you very much. Jazz, you've been here a long time as well, mate. You've been here a long fucking time. So much respect to Jazz. Jazz. I'll speak your mind sports talk, D, yo. Big up to D, bro. Big up, man. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well. I saw your stream earlier, mate. I didn't get to watch it though because I was working still, but hopefully everything's going on well with you, man. Hopefully hopefully God's treating you right, man, and you know everything works out, bro. But yeah, big up to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk has a channel, by the way. If you've not checked him out, click on his channel, subscribe, and check out his content, man. Does streams daily. Doesn't just cover boxing. I think he covers basketball in the States. So big up to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, D Jefferson, man. Big up. Big up to D. Big up to St. Brit, man. I saw the video. St. Brit out here causing the ruckus, man. Man like St. Brit. Boxing brains. I don't get why Tabiti didn't box more. He's young. I like Chudanov, hard bastard, takes a lot of shots with his head. I think with Tabiti against Dorticos, I just think Dorticos was too physically strong, too physically daunting, and he just made Tabiti tire out, and he kind of gassed him out and knocked him out. To be honest, I don't think Tabiti he couldn't physically cope with Dorticos. Dorticos is very imposing. He really is. He's a big lump. Who's got power. He's very strong. You know, he's not an easy guy to box against. You've really got to be an elite boxer to outbox Dorticos and keep him at bay. You've really got to be elite and very tough as well, like Gassiev. Like Gassiev was having problems with Dorticos, but Gassiev is very tough. You've got to be tough and a very good boxer. Tabiti can box, but I just don't think he's physically that strong. And he's not as tough as someone like Gassiev. That was his problem. And also, Tabiti's not the biggest cruiserweight, in my opinion. Jonathan Morrison, how do you think Billy Joe Saunders will do with his new trainer, Mark Tibbs? To be honest, Jonathan, I was talking about this a little bit earlier. At this point, it's down to Billy Joe Saunders to get his mindset right. The guy's got talent. The guy's got ability. You know, he's had a good amateur background. He's got talent, but his mindset has never been right. He's never lived the life outside the ring in terms of his weight, in terms of his diet. He's never been active enough, and he's never shown the ambition that is required to be an elite level fighter. Billy Joe needs to change his mindset. If he can change his mindset, then the guy can be very good. And he can be very good under Mark Tibbs. But I'm losing patience with Billy, to be honest. I'm losing patience with Billy. You know, there's only so long you can live on potential. After a while, we need to see something, man. We need to see something. Oh my days, I'm being trolled hard here. You know who Adesanya is, the UFC dude. I'm sure you do, Unrivaled. But thank you for the super chat, bro. These whole fucking fake account bots, man, are crazy. There's so many going around now as well. I've seen fake accounts for so many channels, and even commenters now. Like even commenters are getting fake accounts. So it's hard to see what's real, what's not. It really is, bro. Yeah, 100%, man. We got some very good channels in this chat, actually. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, excellent channel. Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News, brilliant channel. G-Man Boxing, you know, we've got some really good channels in here, man. We've got some really good channels. Check all of these guys out. Man like Pigeon Mike Tyson, you know. And like I said, Pigeon knows a hell of a lot more than he lets on. He knows a hell of a lot more than he lets on. He knows his stuff, man. He knows his stuff. Yeah, do not fancy right now a fucking cup of tea. G-Man's got a fake account now. Jesus Christ. Shit. What's going on here, man? Yeah, I agree. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. I agree. Andrew's only real weapon is speed. He's an okay boxer, but not an extreme danger to B-level boxers or better. I totally agree. And Speak Your Mind Sports Talk with Tabiti. Totally agree. Like you say, he's a tidy boxer. He's solid enough. But yeah, he's never going to get to that sort of top sort of 10 level. I can't see him really beating any of these guys, to be honest. I really can't. He seems like a nice guy as well, Tabiti. When I hear him on like interviews and shit like that, always comes across really well. Box. Shit. Yeah, once Dorticos got hurt bad by Gassiev in the 5th round, it was just a matter of time. He was taking huge shots through the first 4, even though he won all of them. Yeah, exactly, John. Yeah. Yeah, smash the like, lads, by the way, be much appreciated. GB Boxing, he says it's the MXBC. Yeah, if it is, man, let them have their fun. It is what it is, man. Let them have their fun. It's kind of funny, actually. But there we go. There we go. Too many simps, yes, sir. Too many simps, yep. There's a lot of simps in boxing, bro. I've noticed that with like the rise of female boxing. There are so many simps in that community. It's unreal. Go on Twitter, yeah. Some of the shit you see is cringeworthy. Like, honestly. Like, I feel I lose fucking testosterone just looking at it. Like, it's embarrassing. But there we go, man. There we go. Like, boxing to me, yeah, was always like the last... like one of the last, I don't know how to explain it, but it was kind of like one of the last sports where it wasn't infiltrated with like PC culture and like SJW behavior. But now boxing's been infiltrated with that sort of stuff in the last sort of 3-4 years. We see this whole SJW angle come into it, you know, all of that sort of shit. And yeah, it's getting a bit silly, man, in my opinion. It's getting a bit silly. Sim's taken over. Yeah, G-Man. Yeah, man. That's the thing. That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. The thing is, though, what do they say? Imitation is the best form of flattery, right? So you're obviously doing something right, man. You're obviously doing something right. If somebody's making an account about you, then you're doing something right. Exactly, D. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 100% agree. If you're being imitated, then you're doing something right. Pigeon Mike Tyson. I hate trans boxing. Yo, that's happened though. Pigeon. Disgusting, isn't it? Disgusting. Coppin09. Ryder versus Chudinov or Lemieux possible for the Dillian White undercard, according to Benson. I'll tell you what. I really like John Ryder versus David Lemieux. That's a really good fight. That's a really good fight. If they could make that fight for the undercard, then yeah, I'll probably buy it. That pay-per-view. I ain't gonna lie. That's a very good fight. John Ryder deserves a big fight. I think Lemieux would counter that. Why not, man? That's a good fight. It's a very good fight. Human mods coming back to YouTube. Bear with them. It's all going to get better soon. More restrictions coming soon. Yeah, facts. Facts. Because it's still a free market sport. Yeah. It's craziness, man. Yeah, I recall that as well, Box. Disgusting. Absolutely abhorrent. There we go, though. That's the world we live in, man. We live in clown world. We really do. Yeah, hashtag G-Man rocks. Yeah, man. You got a stalker. Yeah, I like that fight as well, D. I like Ryder versus Daniel Jacobs. Yeah, I like that fight. That's the sort of fight I want to see from Ryder. Lemieux, Jacobs, yeah, someone along those lines. I like those fights. And yeah, man, I'll be interested. I'll be interested in Jacobs Ryder because to me, I'm a really big fan of Danny Jacobs. He's one of my favourite fighters. But I've got to say, at 168 against Chavez Jr., obviously everybody remembers how Chavez quit. But we need to remember the fight itself. I didn't think Danny Jacobs looked all that good in that fight. I know Chavez Jr. fucked about with weight. He was a lot bigger. He was like a cruiserweight, basically. I get that. But the way Danny Jacobs was throwing his punches, he was kind of pushing his punches out. There was no snapping his shots. He looked flat to me. I was a little concerned with Danny Jacobs in that fight. So yeah, I want to see Danny Jacobs in that sort of fight with someone like John Ryder. I think that'd be a good fight. Oh, we have got some troll fucking accounts in here today, man. See, I don't want to block the what do you call it? The duplicate accounts because I might fucking block the wrong one. But we've got two Pigeon Mike Tysons now as well. We got two Pigeon Mike Tysons now. Pigeon's got back with his ex-wife. Again, if that's the real Pigeon, I'm not sure which is which. Craziness, man. Craziness. Yeah, bro, I totally agree, official. I totally agree. Yeah, Jacobs wasn't looking good at all. And yeah, Chavez was doing well, but again, he's shit the bed, man. The guy's an idiot. Such an idiot. So you're the real one, yeah? Cool. I thought you were the real one. So the guy with obviously the H Money avatar is not you, so I can block him, yeah? Okay, let's get rid of that guy. Too late now. Not possible. No world would have two pigeons. Exactly, man. There's only room for one pigeon. Facts. Bro. Yo, G-Man. I'm too scared to block the fake one because I feel I'm going to do the wrong one, mate. To be honest with you. What I'll do, mate, G-Man, next time I stream, I'll set you up as a moderator because what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove moderator from everybody and basically redistribute it to new people because the first time I've done that, there's a lot of people who don't really show up anymore. So yeah, I'm going to completely refresh who's moderators basically, and I'll give you one. So next time you see him, you can block him on site, kind of thing. Okay, 1 second, D, mate. Where you at? Where you at, D? Where you at, D? Where you at, D? Hang on. Right above officials. I can see one below officials. Is this the one? This fight with Jacobs kind of tells me whether Smith had a terrible fight or if Ryder's gotten much better. Yeah, exactly. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Exactly. I think, me personally, I think it's because Ryder has just got a lot better. I think 168 suits him a lot more. At middleweight, he was really struggling to make the weight. And I think he's just a lot fresher at 168. And he has certainly improved as well. I think he's learned from his setbacks. And I think Callum Smith also actually was having an off night, to be honest. I think it was a bit of both, where Callum Smith wasn't at his level and John Ryder was just an improved fighter. I think it was one of those things where, you know, a bit of both were in play. But yeah, I agree, D. I think it's a bit of both with Callum Smith and John Ryder. I think it's a bit of both. The old fake boys are coming out today, man. Jesus. Craziness. That's the thing with StreamYard, you know, I can't really see who's who as much. It's harder in StreamYard. It's a little bit easier in regular YouTube because I can see who, like, if a moderator's been duplicated, I can see that straight away. So many fucking bot accounts, man. It's jokes. Oh, shit, man. Ah, Christ. Yeah, bro, they've been following everybody around G-Man. You should not have said that, bro. This is the first time I've had them, you know. First time I've seen it on my channel. But I've seen it on other channels, G-Man. So yeah, beware. Beware. Big up to Nick Harmo. He says, "Home now, Del. Your Charlo Dorticos Briadis video is showing as private. Is it Patreon or something?" No. No, why is it private? No, it shouldn't be private, bro. What the flip? Let me have a quick look for you, mate. It should not be private. I'll have a look for you, mate. Really weird. That is really fucking weird. So what videos? Sorry, mate. So Charlo Dorticos and Briadis. So Charlo Dorticos Briadis video. Oh, I think that was a stream I did the other day, Nick Harmer. Was it on Monday? Yeah, I think that was yeah. I think that was a stream I did on Monday, Nick. Basically, there's a couple of technical difficulties, and I really wasn't feeling well, man. My hay fever was kicking in, and it was just like a shit stream, in my opinion. So I kind of privated it. I put it on private because yeah, it was a shit stream, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's the one you're on about. Yo, Del Boy, have you seen the TLM movement Tyson Fury has started? What's that? Traveler's Life Matters? That's jokes, man. Oh, wow. It's a good way to get headlines, I guess. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly, G-Man. Exactly, bruv. I thought it was going to be like trannies' lives matter or something like that. Shit. Nah, if it's VMXBC, man, big up to VMXBC, man. It's like a view in it, I guess. So fair play to him, man. Big up to him, man. It's fucking jokes, you know. To be honest, Jonathan, mate, I'm not a big fan of Katie Taylor. I'm not a fan of female boxing in general. Just not my cup of tea. If somebody out there likes it on the channel who follows my channel, not my thing, man. Not my thing. One of those things I've never enjoyed. I just can't get into it. And the weird thing is, I actually don't mind female MMA. quite like that. But female boxing to me is just a non-starter. I can't see myself ever enjoying it. I really can't. Yeah, I always fume when women's boxing ever gets mentioned. Yeah, it's not my thing, bruv. It's not my thing. The thing that winds me up about it is like when it's on like a big pay-per-view card and they take up a slot on the card. That winds me up, to be honest. That kind of winds me up. Because they'll say, oh, this card has 2 world title fights, and lo and behold, one of them is a female fight. I don't count that as a world title fight, I'll be honest. It's not a fight to me. I'm not interested. Box, you should do it. Delboy, you should start doing a weekly podcast on women's boxing. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a little intro planned. That I'd love to do, which could, well, it might trigger some SJWs, but most people would see it as a laugh. But it's got to do with that sort of female boxing shit, and it'll be fucking hilarious if I can put some music to it and shit like that. The thing is, though, I'm not a good editor or anything like that, so it's going to be hard. But I've got a great idea in my mind for an intro to the channel. Really good idea. But I don't want to give it away in case somebody steals it. I don't want to give it away. G-Man Boxing, Steve Collins and Carl Frampton are the two weight champions in Ireland. I don't count Taylor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carl Frampton, man, he could be a 3-weight world champion soon, given how Jamel Herring looked in his last fight. Jamel Herring really didn't look too hot at all. That fight's really interesting to me now. I was picking Jamel Herring prior to that, but right now, man, maybe it's evened itself up. Could be a bit of a 50-50. Could be a 50-50. It's a good fight, though. It's a decent fight. Delboy might get a heart attack from high blood pressure just talking about female boxing. Yes, sir. Yeah, another thing as well with female boxing, yeah. Another thing with female boxing, a lot of these girls, yeah, most of them don't look good. Like in the UFC, yeah, there's a lot of girls in that fucking company who look good or look at least passable kind of thing. But in boxing, a lot of these girls are dogs, saying a lie. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing, though, man. When I start talking on here, man, eventually I start fucking wavering and talking absolute shit. That's why I'd be scared of doing live streams every day. I'd probably get my channel banned, to be honest, or not banned, but like I'd get a couple of strikes here and there. Jonathan Morrison, I miss fair fights. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. There's nothing worse than going into a fight knowing that there's going to be some fuckery. It's like Canelo fights. Like, you could see a guy beat Canelo, but if he beats him 7-5, he's not going to get the win. Do you know what I mean? It takes the shine away from the fight. It takes your enjoyment away. I know what you mean. Oh, yeah, Misha Tate's not too bad. I like Misha Tate. Paige Van Zandt is pretty fine as well. Don't mind a bit of Paige. There's another chick as well. I quite like that Mackenzie Dern. She's all right. Don't mind her. Yeah, D. He says, I totally agree with you. Herring, I was big on him too, but he should have stopped Oquendo. It shouldn't have been difficult because Oquendo was extremely repetitive. Yeah, he was very repetitive. He was a little bit awkward, but yeah, you're right. He was doing the same thing over and over and over, and Jamel Herring really never got to grips with it. You know, Jamel Herring he's got the length, the reach, and in my opinion, the ability to beat Carl Frampton, but the thing that worries me about Jamel Herring right now, he's got one foot out of the door. He's openly saying Carl Frampton, chances are, it's going to be his last fight. That can't be a healthy mindset for a fighter to be in. He seems like he's got one foot out of the door. That's not. I'm not convinced by that. So yeah, I am really kind of. I'm really rethinking the way I look at that fight now, because I was making Herring a favourite, but right now I'm not sure, to be honest with you, D. I'm not sure. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. I like the fight. Yo, big up to the Shepherd of Sons, man. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. Pigeon Mike Tyson, Dell, thoughts on rap music. So like UK shit, I like grime, like old school grime. I know it's not technically rap, but that's from like a UK perspective. I don't like much UK rap. US, like I prefer like the 90s shit. I don't like modern stuff, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of modern stuff. But yeah, I'm a casual rap fan, I guess. I'm a casual. Yeah, I've got no idea who the real Pigeon is either. Pigeon is multiplying, man. He's multiplying. Before we know it, it's going to be like fucking London, you know, where there's fucking pigeons everywhere, all over the gaff. Shit. uh, love it. I love it, man. What's better than one pigeon, two pigeons, or three or four? It's hilarious, man. You guys are funny as fuck. You guys are funny as fuck, man. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, he's 34 years old, served time in the Marines. He's got his faculties in order and probably prefers to keep them there. He's also moving to management. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, he actually recently signed with MTK. He's got some role within MTK now. So yeah, Jamel Herring is a guy who, when you hear him speak, he's got his stuff together. You know, inside and outside the ring. He's a smart guy, man. When he leaves boxing, he's going to be fine. So yeah, that is one thing I'll say about Jamel Herring. But is that necessarily good for preparing for such a fight? I'm not sure, man. Does that take your hunger away, your desire away? I don't know, man. But I'm looking forward to that fight, D. I'm looking forward to it. Big up to Adam Moore. Big up to Adam Moore. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, Trafalgar Square. Yeah, exactly, Timmy Nealon. Yeah, Trafalgar Square. Pigeons everywhere. All over the gaff. Imagine making a fake account of the baddest 50-year-old on the planet. They want to be you, Pigeon, man. They want to be you, bruv. Big up to Pigeon, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, there's plenty of good fights coming up, man. There's plenty of good fights coming up. Can't wait for this weekend, though. In short, the thing I really expect to happen this weekend is Jermell Charlo. I think that guy is going to put on a show. I really do. In short, I think Jermell Charlo he would beat Jason Rosario in a boxing match, and I think he knocks him out in a street fight. I think Jermell Charlo he's going to engage Jason Rosario in a street fight, and I think he's going to look great doing it. Honestly, I think Jermell Charlo is going to look great. I think Jermell Charlo is going to struggle and maybe get a gift decision. I think it's going to be it's going to be an interesting night for the Charlo brothers. It really is. Looking forward to that card. I love that card. Cannot wait. I rate Jermell Charlo more than a lot of people do, though. I rate Jermell more than Jamal, personally. I like Jermell Charlo. He's one of those fighters, yeah, who's not popular, who's kind of Jermell. I would say Jermell Charlo is generally disliked by boxing fans, but I don't mind Jermell Charlo. He's one of those disliked fighters that I kind of like. Kind of like Danny Garcia. He's another one who is generally disliked, but I like him. It's an interesting topic, actually. Fighters who are generally disliked that you like. Oh, look at all these pigeons, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, my days. That's hilarious, man. Oh, shit. So funny, man. Yo, Timmy, yeah, 100%. It's a brilliant card. Excellent card. Outstanding card. Cannot wait. Multiple world title fights, man. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it, D. Exactly how I see it. Yeah, it's going to be like it's going to be like the last doubleheader Charlo card, but the opposite way round. Totally agree. Totally agree. And yeah, Jermell's gonna put in some work this weekend. I can see it happening. I can see him knocking out Rosario. Cannot wait. Jermell Charlo's good value, in my opinion. He's a good fighter to watch. Yeah, that Tony Harrison rematch, I keep on saying this, but Tony Harrison, Jamel Charlo too, sorry. That was a brilliant fight, man. That's a brilliant fight. Jamel Charlo really, he really got the dog out of Jamel Charlo. Tony Harrison did, yeah. It's a great fight. Is Jaron Ennis the most gifted fighter at 147 right now? It's either him or Virgil Ortiz. Jaron Ennis looked extremely good in his last fight, stopping Abreu. And, he's a guy who never gets stopped. Kavalauskas went the distance with him. Besputin went the distance with him as well. And, Jaron Ennis knocked him out in 6 rounds. Ennis looks very good. If I was managing Jaron Ennis, I'd be looking at, for his next 2 fights, I would have him in there with Josecito Lopez in sort of November time, and February, March next year, someone like Ray Robinson. And then after that, I would let the leash off, let him fight whoever. I think the guy is very good, needs a couple of step-up fights, and after that, let the guy off the leash. But he's an outstanding, outstanding talent. I like Jaron Ennis. Power in both hands. I like how he goes into the pocket and works. He can box. He can punch. Hand speed. He's exciting, man. He's a good fighter. Really talented fighter. The only thing that winds me up about Jaron Ennis is his trunks. I hate those fucking trunks, those frilly trunks on fighters. I cannot stand them. Paulie Malignaggi used to wear them as well. Jarrell Miller wore them in a few fights also. Those fucking frilly trunks. You know what I'm trying to say? Cannot stand them. But apart from that, yeah, Ennis is extremely good. Extremely good. Yo, big up to Ian Beale. He's changed his name to Mr. Pigeon. Real G-Man versus fake G-Man, 6 rounds on pay-per-view. Exactly. Oh, we got Tony Bellew showing up as well. He wants to be left alone. Big up to Tony Bellew. Big up to Tony Bellew. See, that's a great fight, Mr. Relax. That's a great fight. If Liam Williams could somehow beat Demetrius Andrade, which I don't see happening, but if he could, that'd be a great British world title fight. Junior versus Liam Williams. Great fight. Yeah, I like that as well, D. I like that as well. Jamal James, Ray Robinson, and then Josecito Lopez. Yep, I like that as well. Jamal James is a very good shout. Very good shout. I think, though, with Jaron Ennis, they're going to find it very hard to get opponents because these sort of fringe-level guys, they're going to want to get paid to fight that kid. And they might want to get paid a little too much, if you catch my drift. So they might find it hard getting the opponents for Jaron Ennis because he's not a big name yet, so they know they're going to get a beating. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to match Ennis right now. But he's a very, very, very talented fighter, as is Virgil Ortiz. I like that. I like both guys. The welterweight division needs some fresh blood right now because we've been seeing the same guys kind of stick around for a while now. We need a couple of new guys to come up and actually shake things up. Ennis and Ortiz can do that. We've got Taylor or Ramirez coming up from 147. They could have a shout as well. So, yeah, I like that. I like both guys, man. I like both guys. Right now, Box, I would say so. Purely based on level of opposition fought, I would say I would put Ortiz above Ennis just because he's more proven. But I do think Ennis is a very good talent. I really do. Anyone else on the planet who is not named Tony Bellew is inferior. Oh, gee, man. Fuck's sake. Oh, shit, man. See, I was knackered before I started this stream. You guys have perked me up, so big up to you guys, man. I've enjoyed this one, to be fair, lads. I've enjoyed it. The last one I done on Monday was terrible because I just didn't feel well. And I had a couple of technical issues. And, yeah, it was a shit show. So I thought I'd do one more this week. And, yeah, this one's gone okay. And, yeah, you guys have been sick, man. So big up to you guys. Big up to you guys. Green Collar Sports TV. Fuck's sake, man. Big up to Official, man. By the way, lads, check out Official Scorecard Boxing Science's channel. Very good content creator. He's got his own podcast as well, so check him out. He says, am I the only one thinking people are overrating Ennis a little bit? Abreu barely trained and was incarcerated up till right before the fight and looked like a zombie in the ring. See, I actually never knew that, Official. See, that's good. See, it's great having people who have got knowledge in the chat, man. I never knew that. See, I never knew that shit. He was incarcerated. Jesus. Fuck's sake. I never knew that. There you go. That might explain why Abreu got fucked up so much, but yeah. Yeah, he is. He is John Gonzalez. He is, genuinely. Yo, shout out to B Space, man. Big up to you, mate. Big up. Yeah, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. I think that is kind of smart in a sense, not signing with a major promoter. The problem with that is on the come up. It's okay when you've got a name and when you've got value, but as an upcoming prospect, it's extremely hard to find your way without being with a promoter. So, yeah, I see why he's doing that. But if I was him personally, I would have signed with a promoter to start with and kind of run the contract down. Once I'm like well known or like a champion or something or world level contender, then I would kind of go my own way. But I see where he's coming from. It's good to see fighters actually try and go their own way because in that sense, you know, they're more open to other fights on other platforms. So yeah, I'm all for that, to be honest. Hopefully it goes well for him. Hopefully it goes well for him. Yeah, yo, Ty and Booth's new video was amazing. It really was, man. It was amazing. One of his best videos for a long time. Big up to Big Boys Boxing, and yeah, G-Man rocks, man. Big up to G-Man. There's a fake B Space as well. There's fake everyone's in the chat, man. It's madness. It's been silly, man. It's been funny as hell. It's been crazy. Shit, where were we? Balax. Ian Beale, man. Oh, shit. But yeah, lads, man, I am going to wrap this one up. I've genuinely really enjoyed this stream as well. You guys have made it good. So yeah, man, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you guys could smash the like on the way out, be much appreciated. If you guys could check out some of the channels in the chat as well. Official Scorecard Boxing Science, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, Big Boys Boxing as well, another one. Also, we have G-Man Boxing. I would check all of these channels out. Really good stuff. Very good content. But yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Beanie Boy Del Boy. Peace.